All right, today we're going to talk about should you put a solar electric system in to continue mining. As we all know, when mining profits come down, as they have been lately, electricity seems to eat up more and more of the profits. A lot of people have had to shut down due to high electric costs, and more are starting to shut down as the price of Ethereum dipped and the difficulty went up. And a lot of people are thinking about putting in solar power electric systems to power their miners. So the short answer as to whether or not you should put in a solar power electric system to mine is no! The cost of a solar power system that will actually power your miners on a continuous basis is astronomical. And it makes more sense to take that 20 to 200K, depending on the size of your mining setup, and just go ahead and buy the coins. Found a solar power kit. That's the panels, inverter, everything that you need, battery banks that would power 630-70s, depending on where you live in the United States. And the cost of that was almost $17,000. The payoff of that $17,000 system at current profit rates with Ethereum for those 630-70s, the quickest payoff time was going to be about 90 months. Now that's over 7 years, and in 7 years, there's probably something that could either go wrong with your solar system. You're definitely gonna have to replace your mining gear. Your cards won't be the most efficient, fastest. So in that time frame, you're gonna be upgrading your mining equipment. And this is with you selling all the coins that you mine to pay off your solar power system. So if you had $17,000 for the solar power system, it would make a lot more sense to go ahead and buy the coins. That's what 14 to 15 Ethereum at the current prices now, and it's a lot of the other coins. So if you're continuing to mine because you think the price of these other coins or the altcoins when they come on is going to go up, then you should just buy it now instead of wasting that $17,000 so that you can continue mining and be profitable 7+ years from now. I took a 6-card 3070 system and I gave it some pretty conservative values at 120 watts per card. It's about 720 watts of usage. And the CPU, I took the low end and I did about 770 watts. And then to run that system for full day, it would require 18.48 kilowatt hours. You would have to have a solar power system that would be able to generate in excess of 18.48 kilowatt hours. And then charge your battery banks with a battery bank large enough in order to be able to run that system 24/7, even if the sunlight is gone for a few days or you have a few cloudy days or it's winter time and the sun's not as intense. So 18.48 kilowatt hours for just 630-70s, it's only 366 mega hash. Your profits for daily I have listed at the current values. That changes all the time, so that's kind of irrelevant. And then the monthly profits I have listed on this too. And I used that monthly profit to estimate the fastest and slowest payoff times between Ethereum, which was the most profitable, and Ethereum Classic of those four. Those really don't matter. Those are going to change. They're probably going to go down. Ethereum is going to go away. And a lot of the Ethereum traffic and miners are going to come to the other networks and increase the difficulty there, which is going to have a lot less rewards for the same hash power. So those are likely to go down if you've watched any of my other videos. But what does it take to power 630-70s on a 24-hour basis? What type of solar electric system do you need? So I went and did a little research, and I came up with this almost $17,000 kit. You basically are getting 9,360 watts of potential from the solar panels. That's the rating, and you're getting all the battery banks, etc. There are some options for mounting and battery bank options that can increase the price, whether or not you pick lead batteries or lithium. And that same system, there's actually a kind of a heat map. If you took that system that I just showed you and you lived in any of these areas, that's the average daily kilowatt hours you'll generate. Now, obviously, in the summertime, you're going to generate more. And then in the wintertime, you generate less, and then cloudy versus sunny days. But that's the average overall. So if you're down in the Arizona area, the average says 30.9 kilowatt hours there, but you could likely generate up to 45, 50 kilowatt hours daily there. That's where the battery bank comes in. So the key number was 18.48 kilowatt hours per day. If you look, that solar system there, for a lot of the northeast and the northwest area, is not powerful enough to power only 630-70s. You know, 3070s now at the time of this are under $500 used. We're talking about a system that costs $3,000 to $4,000 right now. And we're looking at a solar electric system that costs $17,000, 4 to 5 times the amount of the system that you're trying to mine with. And the profits from that system don't justify putting in this electric system with a 7 to 10 year payoff. But if you are in the red areas and the darker orange areas, the dark orange area is kind of cutting it close. And of course, Southwest area you'd be fine with this system powering only 63070s. So the next thing you need to consider is battery banks. So the battery bank options with this system, the lead batteries, which is going to be a bank of 24, is 55.1 kilowatt hours it can hold, and then the lithium batteries hold 28.8. Each of those has advantages and disadvantages. Let's say we go with that 55 kilowatt hour battery bank and we get that thing charged up. It will run your 63070s for about 3 days without any electrical input at all. What that also means, since you're using the 18.4 daily, that your system has to be able to generate above that to keep that bank charged. Like I said, when you get into that dark orange area there, you're getting kind of close for this system just to power the 63070s. So then we'll go back to the current profits, and I say current, but I think I took this screenshot a couple days ago or a few days ago. Ethereum with the 63070s is generating about $187.50 of Ethereum monthly. And like I said, the fastest payoff time at that rate would be 90 months. When I mined Ethereum a couple years ago, the network difficulty of Ethereum was probably like 3 to 4 times less. And I think with about 1.5 gigahash was my system at the time, I was able to generate between 2 and 3 Ethereum pretty consistently every month. And that was a lot of profit. It was very profitable back then. But then because it was profitable, more people joined on, increased the network difficulty, etc. That's what's going to happen to all the altcoins if they remain profitable. I've been noticing a lot of people starting to leave the Ethereum network, and I don't see them picking back up altcoins so much. Like, there's some small gains in these other altcoins on here, but if any small percentage of the Ethereum miners, when Ethereum merges, were to come over to any of these other networks, there will be literally no profit in any of these coins. But if we pretend, and we're good at pretending when we do this mining stuff, and we make decisions like buying expensive solar electric systems. Let's pretend that Ethereum doesn't merge and you make that $187.50, and you really got to start to really think like you're selling off your Ethereum now to pay back that $17,000 electrical system for just this little setup here. Is that really worth it? It's really not. A lot of people continue mining because they do this like, oh, I'm going to mine and hold, and then someday they're going to be worth a lot. But I mean, you're going to be selling everything you mine to pay you back the $17,000 from your electrical system. And if you had the $17,000 start, so you don't have to pay it back, and why not just buy the coins now before they go up in value? If you're telling me you're going to mine for 7.5 years to pay back a $17,000 electrical system with just these 63070s, why would you not just go ahead and buy the 14 and 15 Ethereum right now, or who knows how many other coins there, if you got that money available right now? Are you telling me that you would rather sell off all your coins to repay that, or not repay it at all? And then 7 to 8 years down the road, when your solar electric is paid off, then all the mining you're gonna do from that point down is gonna be free, or you're gonna free electric. So what you're really doing when you buy a solar electric system is you're prepaying your electricity. It takes a pretty enormous effort to try to beat out some of the electrical companies because they generate power in mass. So you could get a solar electric system and you could use mining to help pay it off. But I honestly think that if you just got a gridded system, where the excess solar power you generate, you can sell back to electric company, I think you might just want to mine electricity instead of use it to actual mine. The other time I could see you using it is if you already have solar power. Go ahead and keep mining, you know, if you have that extra power. If you're trying to get a solar electric system set up on your house, you want to use mining to help pay that off so that you can run your house. That makes sense. But to get a solar power system at this point, with that type of commitment where it's going to be 7+ years to pay back, and other than the assumption that these coins are going to skyrocket, if you really think that, you shouldn't be mining. You should be converting either the money from your electric bill into these coins, or using that money that you'd pay for your solar electric system and buying all these coins. Because if they're really going to skyrocket like you think, that $17,000 could turn into $1 million or whatever. Some of these coins take off, and you don't want to be selling off your coins to pay for your solar electric, and you don't want to be mining when the coins are super profitable. Everybody's going to join back into mining, the difficulty is going to go up again, and then your rewards are going to go down, which means you're going to get less and less coins as time goes on. And that's what happened in Ethereum. A lot of people that weren't mining Ethereum for a good solid at least 1.5 to 2 years are finding that they would have been better off just buying the coin, especially now that the price crashed back down. A lot of those people didn't actually sell because they thought it would go on forever. And that's the same with pretty much any coin. It's a big gamble is what it really is. But the math behind getting a solar electric system put in to continue mining with that type of payoff timeline doesn't make sense compared to buying the coin or just saving your money altogether. Like I said, you're going to be replacing all of your mining equipment within that time, maybe several times before it's paid off. And then your solar electric system's probably going to need upgrades or repairs too. So the point of this video is just to kind of inform you and let you know what you're getting into. So if you're in it for the long haul, for whatever reason, just be aware of the costs and the payoff times. It's not going to be some miracle thing. And if at any point in time in the next 7 years where you're trying to pay back the solar electric system, any of these altcoins that you would have bought with that cash instead take off, you're probably going to have regrets. If they don't, and they stay kind of where they are now, and you get your solar electric system kind of paid back and you're building up coin again, you'll be fine. But everything's a gamble, and not actually putting any math to some of these numbers, I felt was wrong. A lot of people are encouraging people to get these solar electric systems, and a lot of groups to keep mining. And like I said, it's the same type of argument as whether or not you should even buy mining equipment in the first place. In almost all cases, buying the coin has always been more profitable than actually mining the coin. And that includes things like Bitcoin early on. Bitcoin was so cheap, you could have bought with $1,000 a ton of it. And even if you could have paid $1,000 in mining equipment and mined more than the coins you could have bought, it's still a gamble, and it takes time for you to come out ahead. And very few people have come out ahead in that gamble. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything you think I left out, feel free to comment below, and I will try to respond or answer it.